Evening, everybody. My name's Andy Ragequit. This is Moose Racing League. It's Sunday, which is MRL day, and you are in for a treat. It is Tier 2 season opener around the street circuit of Singapore, where the racing is close, but the walls are indeed closer. I hope you're all ready for it. I'm looking forward to having a quick look at what this track has to offer then. So it's tight, it's twisty, it's 5 kilometers with 23 turns, 3 DRS zones. Obviously we've got some nice long straights for some overtakes, and we've got that critical turns 16 through 21 where accidents happen, wings are lost, and hopefully overtakes are kept to a bare minimum so that we don't have too many DNFs. Right then, here we go. We're getting ready for the start of the race. Let's see, it's J-Joe on pole with Kermit Attacks joining on the front row in the Red Bull. The McLaren of Fate Man takes P3 with Williams Racing's Chili Willy in P4. Andy in the Mercedes takes P5, and completing the third row, it's Moo Irons in the second Williams. We've got AlphaTauri's City of R in P7 with Sacco Like Taco in the second Red Bull P8. P9 is Semtex with P10 Landsharky. Georgester in P11 in the Mercedes with the McLaren of Bicos in P12. P13, it is JBTC in the Ferrari with AlphaTauri's Comp45 in P14. P15 is Gibbsy in the Alpine with Haas and Ketchin 91 in P16. Echo CFC 17. 18 is Maud. 19 is MB Jacobson. And in P20 at the back is the Aston Martin of AK. I think we just about managed to get through all of those in the right amount of time, because we don't have a formation lap this evening. I'm led to believe that tonight's race is going to start off dry, but we may see some weather at some point in the middle of the race to add to the thrills and spills of Tier 2. And it's Tier 2 showtime with MRL Sunday! That is a horrible camera angle. And J-Joe gets off to an amazing start with Kermit. We do have some places changing at the back of the grid. And we've got a little bit of coming together further back. But it's J-Joe who's managed to get himself away. And cleanly, as does Kermit, Fake Mano, Chili, Andy, Iron, City of R, Sacco Like Taco, Semtex. Fake Mano burning through that ERS down the long straight. Getting down towards that corner. Is he going to make a move on the inside? It looks like he is going to make a move on the inside. Oh, there's contact. Oh, big contact. Huge crash. Huge crash. And Com45 is out of the race. We've got huge problems in Tier 2 on lap 3. Com45 out of the race. Chili Willy. Bits of his car all over the road. MB Jacobson. Looks like he might have been caught up in that, but hasn't got any missing parts.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. There's been an I
think we're going to see, by the time they come out, the rain will be coming down. So we're going to see all these cars throwing themselves into the pits. City of R hasn't got into the pits. He's stayed out for a lap. He's stayed out for a lap. That's a huge gamble. Fate Mano, I thought he'd thrown on some hard tyres there. That was a bit of a mistake. 5 second for penalty. 5-second penalty for Gibbsy, speeding in the pit lane. Not good. What an absolute catastrophe that was, though. I'm not entirely sure whose fault that was, as Chili Willy and Fate Mano got tangled in that tight right-hand corner after the long straight. Soft song for the last throwings. Right then. When are we going, J-Joe? When are we going, J-Joe? Yeah, there he goes. He goes. Did he catch Fake Man napping? Possibly. Semtex get caught napping. Somebody's trying to warm their tyres up in front of Sacco. Sacco's got pressure. Didn't get left any room there, I have to say. Oh, Sacco. Steady. This is wet, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. The two Red Bulls are going side by side. Ooh, careful, Red Bulls, careful! Oh, he's going to get a better drive, I think, and he's piled on the ERS. So it's Sacco Like Taco trying to defend in the Red Bull from the Mercedes of Andy. Defends well down into turn 1 and 2. Takes turn 3 a little bit deep and wide. Are we going to see Andy get a run on him then down the long straight after this right-hander? Here they go. Out to the right to try and get the outside line. Goes Andy. Takes the position from Sacco. Is Sacco going to be late onto the brakes in this turn? It looks like he is. But he's not as late on the brakes as Andy is. Andy takes the position. A little, tiny little bit of contact there between the two. But it's now a Mercedes sandwich between two slices of Red Bull bread. Kermit's lost a little bit of time to Echo. He's going to have Andy for company pretty shortly, and Sacco like Taco is beginning now to drop off the back of Andy and get challenged by the Ferrari of JB. Yellow flag, and it's the Alpine of Semtex who's gone round. At the end of Sector 2, start of Sector 3, he's going to drop all the way back down to P17, P18. He's going to be under pressure from Jordster as well. Yellow flag in Sector 3 is Chilly Willy. He's having an absolute stinker of a day. And the safety car's out. The safety car is out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our round 3 race here at Hungary. It looks a little cloudy today. I'm joined today by my co-host, Jim the Rage. How you doing today, Jim? I know you had a rough race in Tier 3. You sound like you were low on fuel.
Yeah, honestly, that's the second race in a row for our tier. We didn't have a safety car. We had 2 VSCs early, but that's 2 races in a row with no safety cars. So I don't know if it's just good racing or what it is. But yeah, we had everyone running out of fuel on the last lap. So it's pretty wild.
Thanks for that insight into Tier 4. If you guys want to go back and watch that, you can go on to our little Moose Racing League channel and watch the action back. But now we're getting into Tier 3. Hopefully, maybe we see some more clean racing action. I know Tier 3, there was some dirty racing with one big incident that I could recall with MG Dan on the back straight of Sector 2. It wasn't looking too well. And I'm just hoping to see a lot more finishers than when we did in COTA. I think we saw like 7 or 8 drivers out of the race. It wasn't the best one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
as a steward, yeah,
right.
You see a lot of incidents, and team principals. So you see incidents coming in and going across. It's pretty crazy every week, but hopefully we clean it up this week. Hungary's a pretty good track for that, for some clean racing. It's tight, but
yeah. And speaking of some the perhaps dirty racing, there's one driver who will be missing 2 races, this race and next week's race. JTB Drippin in the Haas. He will not be racing today because he picked up 11 penalty points, and with 4 from week 1, that gave him enough for 2 quali bans and 2 race bans respectively. Yes, just
that's edging on a Moose League record, I believe, for 1 race, but that's one side of things you don't want to be on.
Not at all. So we have a few people going out on a hot lap here. Go ahead and get some more data, folks. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. And it looks like we have a Ferrari out first of EPIK WINZ, who is our Drivers' Championship leader. Go ahead and take a quick look at the standings as he goes around on his first hot lap. And here he's sitting with 50 points, with Drunkinshamrock right behind him, 34 points, but still a 16-point gap, which is huge. EPIK WINZ looking to pull out something big today. And back to game action here. Of course, he sets a purple Sector 1. What was pole in Tier 4? Do you remember, Jim?
I believe it was a 1:16.6.
Okay.
By Echo, which I was surprised because that's faster than my time trial time. I'm almost positive, and I qualified P5, so I would assume that would be a pretty decent time here as well.
I think we'll jump on to Echo Alex as I see he is back into this race and on a hot lap himself. So Once we see what EPIK WINZ sets here for the benchmark, we'll go ahead and jump over to Echo Alex. Did he end up getting the win in that race?
He did.
Right?
He did.
Yeah, okay.
He ran the whole. Yep. So a 1:16.4. That's a
Already,
solid benchmark.
right? Already faster than what you might have seen in Tier 4, but
Yep.
got a few more people coming around now. I expect to seeing a few more hot laps come in process with the 17.7. And now
Mediums.
Fatari. Like, does it set a hot time? And then Echo Alex with the 17.6.
Yep.
So he's currently a second off what he set for pole last race in Tier 4, and I'm sure he's looking to improve upon that.
I would assume he will go much faster than that going forward, but probably just out there trying to set a benchmark. You know, not a terrible idea. Get a lap in.
It does look rather ominous, though, too, as Punju puts in a 16.8.
Oh, I got Ducati around. Right out of turn 1. Don't know what happened there, but looks like he's damage free.
Yeah, we see those yellows, Sector 1, but we're here on board with Normbash. Looks like he is still on an outlap, warming up his tires. We'll go back down on board with Jay Websey, who is on a hot lap, it looks like. Mercedes gets out of his way kindly, who is on a hot lap. Coming through, long left-hander, Sector 3. Gets the throttle down nicely. Gonna be close.
He should.
Okay.
In there. 4.
17.4, good enough for 5th place so far.
Yeah. Time seems to be very spread out right now, but like you said, it does look ominous out there. So I'm wondering if everyone's just trying to get a lap in if it's going to rain. I haven't heard or seen anything about.
Yeah. Don't see anyone in chat mentioning anything about rain in the race or quali just yet. We'll go ahead and sit on board with our man in the Red Bull. Why's my camera only? Oh, it's because he's going into the pits?
Yep. Let's see. Looks like MCAF maybe coming. Oh, I think he's starting a lap. Or he took a really weird line out of that corner. One or the other. Yeah, I believe he's starting a lap this lap.
Okay.
The 121 is well off the pace. So
my camera's broken. Great. I can't see forward.
On the track?
On board. Sitting on board with cameras, so I think we're just gonna get the scenic view today, folks. What's going on with my camera?
Hogs is saying in chat to turn me up if you can.
Okay, yeah. Let me do that right now. Give me a mic check right now, Jim.
Check.
Okay, I gotta put you up.
Is that better, everyone?
Oh yeah, you're right in the goal. That should be good.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. That.
Yeah. That was on Pogs. I'll give him that. I won't give him much else. But I'll give him that. I do have to give him today. He did do 32 laps on hard tires here today, so I will give him. I will give him. So it is possible. So if we do see an incident here, you know, early lap 1, lap 2,
you can try to.
It is possible to go.
Right.
If there are no other safety cars like we had, you can go the entire way on one set of hards. So.
Has gotten store for. All right, folks. I know my camera is not going to get sorted out with the onboard. We might get some good action going into turns if we got some close racing. But other than that, it's all the scenic views today. And now that I think everything else in my stream is ready to go, Let's see. We got EPIK WINZ still sitting in pole position. He is looking fast. Currently 4/10 ahead of the guy in second. Papa Outs, he missed last race. Expecting to see big things from him. Hopefully he's able to wrangle some more points and push his name into the battle for the drivers championship. But EPIK WINZ right now is in these first 3 races right now, at least early on. It looks like he's pushing strong.
Yes, and I raced against him last season in Tier 3, and he had a bunch of bad luck last season. So I think this is going to be a season for him to, fix all that and actually show everyone his actual pace.
See who else is out here on a hot lap now. Jay Websey in the Alpine. Okay. Looks like he's finally going to go out for another hot lap. His best time with a 17.4. Currently a second off the pole, and that's right outside of the pole, or the points position, I should say.
Looks like Benzo is coming around to finish his lap there. Just
Right?
in time. Just looking at the guys that have not set times yet. I believe Whiffles is on a lap, and Drunkinshamrock should be coming around to start one. I think he invalidated.
I can go and phone into their lobby. I can get my teammate.
Yeah.
I wish I would have realized that sooner. But we got these Tier 4, some really fast guys in Tier 4 making their ways up into Tier 3 race.
They're all much faster than me today, so it's definitely well deserving of them being in here. So
You settling into to Tier 4, you feel?
Yeah, I mean, 3 points finishes in a row, which I haven't done in quite a few seasons. I can do that. So
yes.
So it's nice to. It's a different. You go from just surviving every race into battling for points and trying to just instead of waiting for a safety car in the last 5 laps to try and maybe steal some positions on time penalties. So
right.
It's a different look, but I'm enjoying it so far until something bad happens, and then I'll probably
Loving seeing you and Pogs both being up there for some really interesting battles for points positions.
Yeah, it's nice. I figured, I've been racing with Pogs since season 2 here, and we've never been on the same team. So I was like, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity for us to make that happen.
Yeah. You swooped them up quick in the draft, too.
I did.
Okay. It looks like Process 1/10 secures second place.
He did set that first lap on medium, so he was probably just trying to save an extra set of sauce for the race, hoping for maybe a late safety car or something.
And we're currently
throw him on. I mean, that's what I did too.
Yeah, and we're currently sitting with Scruffy, who's tied hit the same mark as Tolby, but he did it first with a 17:166. He set the fastest Sector 1 currently on this lap. Let's see if how much farther he's up on his time. The fastest Sector 2 now, up 4/10 nearly. He is reeling it in this lap. Can he keep this together and push for pole and maybe steal this away as there's a yellow flag?
Marmo just crashed right in front of him.
My gosh.
Directly in front of him.
And that doesn't hurt him too much.
Nope. Moves up to 4th with that. That's a nice lap there. 1:16.7. Very nice.
And yeah, as you start to see these guys in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, no more than a 10th, or in 6th and 7th, really?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
No more than a 10th.
8th through 11th is separated by a 10th. I mean, it's crazy how we have so many drivers, and every tier that we have is just unreasonably close this year.
I love it. And NCAF squeaks into 3rd place now with a 16.592. 0.03 of a second behind Process. Okay. Like JSK. Who's JSK 99? I know
Um,
this is
is that Skelly?
that's Skelly. Thank you.
Is
Yes.
Skelly? Yeah.
Skelly's going into the
I knew it was
pits.
someone.
You're the best.
I don't know much, but I know a few things every now and then.
So we got 4 left. We got about half the grid out and half the grid in for the pits, probably fitting on their last set of softs, and going as low fuel as possible. They got maybe a minute, no, like 2 more minutes to get back out on track. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, possibly.
Yeah. I'm looking, at the bottom there. Gwenfro hasn't set a lap. He's a top tier 4 driver. I'd like to see what he can do here.
That's right.
And my driver, Drunkinshamrock, hasn't set a very good lap at all. So I'm hoping he does a little better too.
Yeah, he looks like he's been having a rough time across the entire track today. Still warming up these tires, but he's going to be giving it a go. And it looks like Gwenfro behind him is going to be setting his first official fast lap around.
Gwenfro may be finishing, I think. Yes.
Right.
Another 117, 166. That's the third. That's the third one.
Oh my gosh.
Insane.
Oh my gosh. What line are these guys racing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's ones that I'm not using apparently. So.
All right, we're here again with your boy, currently sitting P20, Drunkinshamrock. What can he do? Beautifully hits the apex of that uphill, fast left-hander.
Let's see.
Catch you off guard sometimes and just spit your car off into the.
Yeah, that inside curb there is lethal. There are a lot of lethal curbs at this track, but that one especially because it's so raised. Well, looking pretty clean so far.
Yeah, I think he just set a purple sector 2, but there's yellows that he just gets around. So let's see. He got himself around a Red Bull, it looked like. Hopefully that doesn't impede too much on this fast lap he's about to set around the final turn. And it's going to be good enough for P16.
So
Decent. Still,
slight improvement, but yeah, I'm sure he was looking at being P2 in the drivers' championship. I'm sure he was hoping for more.
Oh yeah, P2 in the drivers' championship. He had a hell of a drive at COTA as well. He was on another level. I think he really likes that track.
Yes. Yep. He definitely looked like he had a shot at the win there for a little bit, but I think his tires just gave out, and EPIK just pulled away late. But I think they had some good battles shortly.
Punju sneaks into second by just missing out on just by 0.06 of a tenth on first place.
These guys are definitely flying today.
Oh yeah, with these push laps that they're putting in, they're really giving it a go.
Let's see. Got under a minute left. Who is process will be coming around to start his.
And Ducati as well. I'm on board with Ducati, so we'll stick here with him. Up open around the long right-hander of turn 1. That elevation change can catch you off guard as well. That's where I caught myself slipping and found myself out of a race today.
I did see that. I was looking. Oh, and EPIK goes a 1:16.3.
Wow.
Ups his own time. And that is why he is P1 in the drivers' championship, because he has the pace.
Okay, and qualifying is officially over. We have some guys who are done. It is too late for them, and those in the pits as well. It is too late. Ducati, let's see if he's up on his time through sector 2. He's not. He is almost 2 tenths down, but he does set the fastest sector 2 there. So he is picking up some speed, but his sector 1 wasn't all that great, it seems like. as he's coming around the penultimate turn. Two really long left-hander into a long right-hander. Getting that throttle application down is important. Keeps it as close as possible to the right, and it's not going to be good enough for anything. And Process goes first. He sets the fastest lap with the 16.2.
That was seemingly out of nowhere.
And EPIK WINZ has a chance to do something, but I think he's already said he was 9 seconds up, and he's going to be out of this. And I think this might be it here.
I think that's it. Dutchman.
Yeah, he's way up on his time, and
Yeah.
Shamrock as well.
Shamrock is definitely done. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's gonna do it.
All right, there we have it, folks. Process starting off this race. EPIK WINZ our driver championship leader in second. In the first row still, Punju, team principal for McLaren in third. Papa Outs in the Red Bull for fourth. NCAF for Alfa Romeo in fifth. We got Ducati in the Ferrari for sixth. Scruffy in seventh. Whiffles in eighth. I'm Jordan in ninth. Jay Websey in 10th to finish out the points positions to start this race. Echo Alex starting 9th. Gelly starting 12th. Dutchman 13th. Normbash 14th. Chosen Toby 15th. Drunkinshamrock 17th. Oh, I missed Gwenfro 16th, excuse me. We had Benzo Slice and, oh yes. Right time. Omarmo? Omarmo and
Omarmo, yes. I believe.
Vince.
He was the one that crashed in front of crashed out in front of
Okay.
Who was it? Jay Websey that lap we were watching.
Let's take a quick look at the race notes for today. So again, big thing to note is P2. EPIK WINZ got P2 the last time we raced here at Hungary, which was the season opener for season 5 of MRL. That was back in July. What is this? July 31st?
July 30th. Yep, 2022.
So
been almost a full year.
It's been quite some time since we've seen some MRL action. EPIK WINZ starting off the race second, exactly where he finished nearly a year ago today. We do think we're not going to see too many people go on the softs, as this is a high degradation track. The softs seem to fall off fairly quickly around lap 4 or 5. And we also think that there's going to be a high chance of safety car. Some drivers to watch, of course, it's going to be EPIK WINZ. It's going to be Drunkinshamrock sitting in P2. And Chosen Tolby surprisingly finished, I believe it was P3, way back when on July 31st of that opening race.
Yep.
So I see up again. I'm not too sure what's happening. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to the main race, and we'll fix that in the studio later on when we bring on our guy. That's looking good. Let's do this. Why not? Bring our man Jim. So you guys can see his beautiful team principal picture right there.
Where am I? There I am. Look at me. It's tough to get a current Alfa Romeo team principal because they don't have one. So,
like, how are they operating?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know how you can just that's just like
this guy's
a wild thing to me.
This guy's name is like Frederick, right?
Yeah. He's like the he's like the overseer or whatever they call him. He's not like the actual team principal. But...
Right. And he's with Ferrari now, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And we got some racing going here on Hungary. It looks hot. It looks dry. It looks like Process gets away nicely, but EPIK WINZ is coming up. We have some other folks moving up and down on the grid. Papa Outs into third, Punju down into fifth, keeping it clean. It looks like the Ferrari is going to spin his teammate Ducati up into third now, and EPIK WINZ is down and out, finding himself in the back of the pack already because of his teammate, unfortunately. Process is in first, getting a good space from Papa Outs, who's just over half a second behind now. EPIK WINZ is going to be on a recovery race here. We see Benzo, Slice, and Vince also mixing it up. I'm not too sure what happened there. Vince was picking up a 5-second penalty because of that collision, but these guys are going to have to pick it up and see if they can join this pack up front. Hope for some safety cars. We got some crazy action going on, some really crazy close driving. Ducati on the gearbox of Papa Outs coming up into the start of Sector 3. Is he going to make a look into this turn? He is going up on the inside. Doesn't outbrake him. It looks like there is a difference of tires here as well.
Yep. So Ducati not wasting any time.
And he does
a little bit of a tap there, it looked like.
Papa Out still real close to Ducati.
Looks like everyone is pretty tight here. Only real big loser after lap 1, unfortunately, like we said, was EPIK. Whiffles is down a few spots as well. I think that was probably a little bit of a backup.
Yeah,
that's always...
See how things settle down now as I am Jordan taking a look up on the inside on that McLaren of Punju, but he does settle in back behind him now, it looks like. Scruffy close to Papa Outs, and this pack of 3 going to be battling it out for second, it looks like, as Process definitely does seem to have a really good pace as he's pushing it to almost a 1.5 seconds currently.
Ooh, we have a yellow. Looks like
Jay Websey's down, it looks like. And Echo Alex also finding himself around.
Is that a safety car? I think it's a VSC. VSC.
Yeah, VSC. The race is neutralized here. Let's go see if we... Jay Websey looking okay. I mean, he caught himself off the track, but doesn't look like he caught any damage. Benzo Slice way in the back.
Echo Alex.
Oh, yes, that's who we want to look at.
Looks like Echo Alex has no front wing
all
the
right.
way in the back.
So
yeah. That and what that was for.
It looks like I saw someone else going up into the pits. That's Skelly.
Omar. Skelly's in. Omarmo is in.
Oh, yes.
Echo Alex is in. I can't tell if Omarmo's getting a wing as well.
Yeah, he is. Oh, no, that's Skelly.
That's Skelly. It is a wing for Omarmo as well.
So 3 guys having to pit early on in this VSC around lap 3. They're still going to be...
Luckily for them, it's still a VSC, so...
Right. They're not going to be too far behind those other pair of AlphaTauris in front of them, but... And Omarmo is going to pick up a drive-through penalty just as it goes green.
I think it's all three of the drivers that came into pit just got, I believe they're all drive-throughs.
Let's see. Vince has a 5-second, but that was the collision one. But yeah, Echo Alex too with the drive-through. Oh, that's going to hurt.
No, that is going to hurt. That is. But like I said, they're in, and if this does stay green the rest of the way, I mean, it's a long way, and it may seem like they're pretty far back, but if they don't have to pit the rest of the way, I'm sure there's going to be some more carnage in this race, and we have not seen the last.
There's still some pretty close driving or racing here. Whiffle's getting a really good exit out of the final turn, getting a little bit more breathing room from Gwenfro. DRS should be opening up at the start of next lap since it was a VSC. So we'll start to see some more guys going under the attack, having to defend again.
It was a pretty good mix of hard and medium tires here. I didn't know myself what to pick. I don't know that there's a better or worse strategy. Kind of feel it's whatever you feel like you're safest with. I think we have Jay Websey around again.
And Benzo sets the fastest lap right now with a 26, it looks like, 20.6. And we have yellows around Sector 1.
still, I think that was still from Jay Websy. I think everything else is clear now. Looks like.
Whiffle's getting a lot more breathing room through
There's-
Sector 2 on Gwenfro. Process now going with 20.1.
Looks like Scruffy is going to be attempting a move, and maybe not this lap, but...
And Gwenfro's
now
out of the
that
race.
Ooh,
And that's going to be a safety car. It looks like he went out right at the start of the main straight.
let's see if we can see any. Yep, looks like he just happens often over there. You get on the throttle a little too early, and you hit that outside curb, and there is no saving it. You are going right around.
So what's the call here for these early medium runners? Do you think it's too early to go on the hards and ride them all the way?
I would say I would expect another safety car. I mean, like I said, I was expecting a safety car all tier 4, and there wasn't one. But if you look back at tier 5, there was, 5 safety cars, and then one that stayed out for 10 laps. So, so you really never know. But I would be assuming that there is going to be another safety car at some point in this race. I would say it's a little too early to switch from the mediums to
Okay.
the hards. But if you are, Tolby, Normbash, way back there on the hards, I mean, I would come in for a set of mediums right now.
Okay.
And then you can go medium the rest of the way.
Right.
That gives you, an option.
The
'cause
process,
medium tires are gonna feel a
doesn't
little
choose
better.
to go inside. Doesn't look like anyone other than NCAF goes
Okay,
into pit.
coming in. Does he? I can't tell if he's got damage or.
I think this might just be a tire change here.
Yeah.
I think he may be going with the one pit strategy. Gonna go with the hards.
Yep. He's onto the hards, so. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
They will last. They will last the whole way.
And if he has another set of mediums, and there is another late safety car around lap 16 or so, and later, that's when you consider like it's worth it to pit again and put on those mediums.
Yep, absolutely. So we will see. I believe Epic did. It looks like Epic did the same. Epic is now on fresh hards as well, so
Jay
maybe those
Websy, coming out on hards.
Yeah.
Benzo Slice now going in the pits. I expect him to probably make the same decision here. I mean, it's pretty early on. They'll be able to join the pack back up, and I expect we'll get this race rolling at around lap 8 again.
Yep. So you figure, a couple laps under safety car. I mean, those hards, you'll only really have to truly push them, 27 laps, if it stays green the rest of the way.
Right.
So I feel like that's completely in the window because you're expecting, 22 laps is pretty much the average stint that everyone's been doing on hards here. So, you're only pushing in an extra about 5 laps. So the end of the race comes and there are no other safety cars. I mean, they could be in great shape.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, this is a high degradation track. I don't see many clouds in the sky. It looks pretty hot. I expect these tires to be running hot as well. I wonder if anyone's going to be overheating or anyone's having to manage that at all.
Yeah, I told all my drivers before today. I said, make sure your tire temps are as low as possible and that's another thing too. Here is just a track where if you spin once and your tire temps aren't as low as they can be, I mean, you're never going to cool your tires down unless you pit for that. It's just that type of track, especially at like the end of Sector 2 and into Sector 3. It's just all those fast.
Yeah, I saw it was like 35 degrees Celsius, the track temp for my race. And I imagine that's exactly what it is for a dry race here right now.
Yep. That's what it looks like. That's pretty intense.
Right? I mean, you don't see 35 degrees Celsius on many other tracks.
No. Maybe Bahrain and places like that in the middle of the desert. But that's why we have those races, in the springtime. looking. I think
Yeah.
Enzo should be able to catch up here.
The safety car usually makes a late call right around the very second to last turn, that penultimate turn, the long little left-hander there. So, and there we go.
There it is. He is coming in. Yep.
All right. We will sit on board with process since my camera is stuck backwards. We're just going to be looking backwards at Ducati and see if he gets a good jump or if he catches him off guard.
Looking back at the field as we take it here, there are only 5 drivers on mediums. It is on the hards, so.
And process is gone. Doesn't look like Ducati gets caught off guard much, if at all. He takes a look up on the inside, tucks in right behind him real quickly. Doesn't think anything of it. Looks like we got a nice straight line. Some action coming up.
Yep. As Dutchman and Drunkinshamrock battling with each other for that spot.
And Scruffy and Papa Out's also getting pretty close here. Go on board with Drunkinshamrock. See if he can make a move on Dutchman. But he's also under attack by Whiffles as we got someone around. It looks like to be the Alpha Atari of Skelly, and he is out of this race. And the
Echo
McLaren.
Alex looks like Echo just happened to run into him because he is without a wing again.
Another unfortunate thing for him, just unlucky.
That is too. Oh, and it's a safety car.
Oh wow. Okay.
That was a quick one. So Alex gets a little lucky there. His unfortunateness.
Yeah.
And he'll be able to come in, and he may be able to do, I think he started on mediums, I want to say. So he may be able to put a new set of mediums on and then go to his scruff mediums towards the end if you'd like.
Ducati does make this.
Ducati is in.
Yeah. Whiffles makes the decision to pit.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting. Another couple laps. Those who did choose to pit early on, let's take a quick look and see it. Who did make a pit decision?
Looks like it was NCAF, EPIK, and Jay Wepsy are the 3-lap-old hard drivers right now.
And they find themselves in 10th, 11th, and 12th respectively. So they're, probably happy with how things are turning out so far after that early one. And having this safety car now, another few slow laps on these tires, gonna extend the life even further.
Absolutely, and I think these safety cars that are happening in quick succession for them are helping the drivers that had already pit, because now, like you said, it extends the life of those tires. They're not gonna like it if we get to lap 28 or 29 and we see a safety car, because then they'll be they'll be caught out a little bit. So
yeah, most definitely. So if we're taking a quick look at the position changes here, biggest winner is Drunkinshamrock, up 10 positions. He has yet to pit though, but he still has plenty of time to make a decision, and there's plenty of race to still go. Not even a third of the race has gone by just yet. As we have Echo Alex trying to catch back up to the crew. We probably have one more lap under this safety car. The big loser currently, AERL Ducati. We'll just keep it at Ducati. I don't know why I tried to say those 4 letters in front of his name anyways. But again, he did pit just at the start of this safety car. So, he's started to unfold his strategy in this race. And hopefully he finds himself gaining a few more positions, as these other guys need to find their pit stops and have another mandatory tire change.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing those medium. I'm actually pretty surprised now that the 3 guys still left on mediums up top, Jordan, Scruffy, and Process, didn't come in.
Right.
In that safety car there.
Yes, correct.
Because I feel like you know, how many more laps you're really going to get out of those, 5, maybe 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comfortably. So I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't like doing it to myself, but I'm telling others, what they should and shouldn't do. But we'll see how it plays out for them. Who knows? Another 2 laps, there could be another safety car, and they'll be just fine.
You would hate to see a safety car come out just before the lap gets started fully again.
That's correct.
But yeah, let's not get a safety car glitch too, like what we saw in Tier 5. But I mean, the win is
that was
ridiculous,
in
man.
this lap. That was something definitely I've never seen a lot of things go wrong with this game, but I have never seen that ever.
Okay, well, the safety car is in. We are looking good here. Process gonna get to start this thing again. And my camera's working. It's working. All right.
Very nice. Very nice. Just in time.
And Papa Outs almost goes wheel to wheel. I don't know if that was totally legal, but he's pretty close to Process. Maybe not as close as Ducati was at the last restart. He doesn't even take as much as a peak. It looks like the last runner's down to 7th. The Drunkinshamrock keep it clean in single file. I do see yellows in Sector 1. Someone must have lost it. That Benzo Slice, it looks like.
No, someone got disqualified. Oh, Marmo got disqualified.
Oh,
so
wow.
Maybe he got disqualified for ignoring a drive-through, is what it said up top. It flashed up quick, and so maybe those yellows were for his car, because there's still yellows in that sector, so it looks like that was his car pulling off to the side because he got disqualified.
That is rough. He picked up that drive-through and wasn't sure probably when to, or he couldn't.
Mm-hmm. He couldn't, because I think he picked it up right after the coming out of the pits, and then he just probably by the next time he got around, because we had that incident, he wasn't able to, so he would have had to come in right at the beginning of this lap, I believe, to serve it. So,
oh my gosh.
So that's just unfortunate for him.
Jay Websey, I think he fell a few positions, and now he's stuck in between these Ferraris. EPIK WINZ finds himself in 10th, Ducati in 12th. So even after that little bump that Ducati gave his teammate, and after these 2 safety cars, EPIK WINZ does find himself in front of Ducati, but he's still got quite a bit of work to do if he wants to get back into the podium positions. He can manage it with the pace he has. That's for sure.
Course. And that's the thing I feel like. All of these drivers that did pit on the hards, NCAF, EPIK, Jay Websey, and Ducati were all, I believe, I want to say in the top 7 for qualifying.
Okay.
Or pretty close to it. So
right.
They all have the pace. So if this goes the rest of the way, they can definitely use their pace to their advantage.
Ducati was just reeling Jay Websey in. He loses it a little bit. It's a little slippery out of the chicane, and Jay Websey gets a little slippery out of the very fast right-hander. And just before the start of Sector 3, Ducati gets the move done. He is up into 11th, trying to tuck in right behind his teammate, who is battling for position with NCAF, who is in 9th. And there's a little bit of a train starting to build right behind Dutchman.
I think Dutchman had an issue, and because he was in front of Shamrock, so I think he may have gotten a little sideways, and Shamrock went past him. So I think that's why there's that big of a gap between 6th and 5th right now. It's like a little over 2 seconds. So, but we seem to be filing into line here. But
yeah,
we're gonna have some. This from 6th on back to Jay Websey in 12th. We're gonna have. It looks like we're probably gonna have some pretty good battles coming up.
Yeah, there's soon. Definitely that front little pack Process finding himself with another like 2.5 cushion, similar to what we saw a few 2 or 3 laps into this race. He's getting a little comfortable, finding his rhythm again. And then there's that pack of 4 behind him, and then it's just this long line of folks. See what happens. Who puts the pressure on who? Who makes a mistake first?
Well, I know Shamrock is hoping that they all just start battling so he can pull away a little bit, because when you don't have the DRS in front of you,
yes,
for that main straight, it is tough to try and defend coming out of that last corner.
Dutchman was reeling him in, but coming out of that last corner, doesn't get the traction he likes. He gets the DRS flap advantage, but not enough.
Looks like Scruffy's around right here. Oh, he was around.
Oh, you're
He's
right.
Back. Quick spin, and he's back.
But he is losing a few positions.
Wing looks completely intact, so I believe it was just a spin. I don't know if there was contact between... I believe he was in third, so that would have been between Punju and him, I believe. I don't see any damage on Punju, so... And Toby gets a 5-second for ignoring yellow flag.
What?
Maybe, all I can say is maybe it told him to give a position back.
Oh, you're right.
Because of passing under. So he can get that looked at by the stewards. And
you're right.
Get that removed.
Unless he pits again, which he's going to have.
Yes.
He's going to have to, so.
Yes. Which is the unfortunate thing about those 5-second penalties when they get served automatically.
EPIK WINZ still pretty close to Scruffy, who now finds himself in 8th place. Oh, Toby!
Who is that?
Just fine. Yeah.
Oh my lord! I thought he was for sure done right there. That was crazy.
He still has both end plates. I wonder if he took any body damage at all and just smacked the wall just enough.
Man, that was pretty crazy to come out of that without any damage. Well, at least visual damage we can see. Like you said, he may have underfloor damage or body damage, but
right. Dutchman still just right behind Drunkinshamrock. You haven't seen him make much improvement, just kind of sticking right here at this like 3 to 4 tenths pace. Not sure if he's got much in him to push past.
Yeah, I think these guys are kind of biding their time too. Now they know they're gonna need to pit, and those guys that have already pit behind them are on the upper hand. So we'll see where it goes. But I mean, I would expect to see Process, Jordan, Scruffy all coming in
pretty soon now.
Within the next 2 to 3 laps would be my guess.
Dutchman's just losing more and more time now, each and every time. EPIK WINZ taking a look up on Scruffy down the long straight. Scruffy also coming up on Dutchman. They almost going 3 wide. Scruffy squeaks in right behind Dutchman. EPIK WINZ has the inside. He has the racing line on Scruffy. Scruffy just getting squeezed out on both ends here. EPIK WINZ up into 7th.
Those 15-lap-old mediums are definitely screaming right now for Scruffy, and they're just not as good as they were when he started the race on them. So
yeah,
Process he's just trying to hold on.
And Jordan look to be faring much better up in 1st and 4th respectively, and Process just keeps pushing up more and more time on these guys on these mediums. Who knows when he's gonna pit? If he keeps pushing a gap on Papa outs, I mean, I think you see your delta keep going up, you stay out, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're still putting in lap times and you're still gaining on everyone behind you, I mean, there's really no reason to, come in unless you just feel uncomfortable, with the tires.
EPIK
but I mean, yeah, this is 16-lap-old tires, and he's only 3 tenths over. I believe he has the fastest lap too, right? So I believe he's just...
Oh gosh, and here we go. EPIK WINZ going up for a move on turn 1. Dutchman going defensive, going up on the inside, making EPIK WINZ go a little bit off track there. Keeps it together, but Dutchman is all out of ERS. He is recovering, and the Drunkinshamrock goes deep into turn 3. Not what you like to see there.
I think he just missed. That's a corner where you can easily. Oh, he went wide there too.
Yeah, Drunkinshamrock, he is not looking too confident as these battling Aston Martin and Ferrari are now gaining on him. These are one of the
in the ERS. Oh, that's epic! I think.
Yes, our drivers' championship leader. He loses it out of some of the toughest turns in Sector 2. Now down into 14th place.
Man, that was rough.
And Scruffy going wide.
Those curbs in there.
Yeah.
Those curbs in there are just very, very, very. If you are on the throttle at all on them, you are, fortunately, going around.
I hate to see it. That is one of the most technical. That's probably the most technical part of the track too. Like if you can really weave the needle with the right throttle application, you're gaining so much time. But if you mess it up at all, you find yourself caught out.
Yep. And you're either losing time or you just did right there. Spun around. Luckily for him, doesn't look like any damage. But, you know, now he's got to... All that work he just did to get back up there, he's going to put his head down and all over again. Oh.
And Drunkinshamrock goes wide into the uphill left-hander, and it looks like it's also caught someone out. Whiffles. Is Whiffles out of this race? I don't think so.
Nope, still going. Still yellows. But yeah, I mean, we've seen Drunkinshamrock for, what was that, the last 2 laps or so, right? Being a little wide on every corner. So I don't know if it's the tires. I don't know if maybe he has body damage somewhere. Doesn't look like his wing is damaged, so he still has both of his end plates on.
You know, it is getting a little bit cloudy. I wonder if the track temperature is cooling down and just driving it more and more as the track cools. It's just, you know, it's just affecting your driving ability ever so slightly.
Yeah. That could be, you know, now that you say that, that could be why these medium drivers are staying out.
Yeah, 18 laps.
Maybe they think there's rain coming that we don't know. I haven't seen anyone say anything about it, but
right.
But I mean, with the overcast clouds now, I mean, 18 laps. I mean, because they have to go on to hards, so, or maybe they're gonna try and push mediums. I don't know, a ridiculous amount of laps, like 25 laps, and go to softs. That would be something.
Right? Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. Like they got to be close to around 80% wear right now.
Ooh. There's Shamrock again.
And he gets passed by Ducati.
Yeah. Yeah, his car is he's been off of it for the last few laps, so like I said, maybe something's wrong in there. Maybe he's, you know, just not as confident. You know, once you get out of the zone sometimes, where, you know, you just missing braking points and that kind of stuff. He almost touches Ducati, it looks like there.
Maybe he needs this, though. Maybe he just needs to follow someone for a couple of laps, get his groove back together, because he is following Ducati pretty closely, and you got to be pretty confident to be that close. He gets his DRS flap open. It looks like he might be able to make a move.
So Process was the first of the mediums to come in.
So Ducati and Drunken connect.
Oh, boy.
But nothing too crazy.
Door open for Scruffy. Scruffy's still on those 19-lap old mediums, still trying to make them work around the outside.
What are these guys thinking? Oh, Drunken does tap Ducati, it looks like a little bit, and it goes really deep, overshooting the corner entirely. Down into 9th now. I don't think Ducati picked up any damage.
No, it looked like Ducati maybe got off the throttle a little earlier and didn't want to plow into the back of him, so he just, that's the risk you run when you're, you know, driving that close to people on a track like this.
And Scruffy getting really close too, but now he's starting to back off, losing a little bit of time.
Oh, he gets tapped! He gets tapped by Jay Websey.
We got a good view of that. Jay
Yeah, that
Websey,
was-
yeah.
Running a little too deep. Wiffles is on inters. So
Oh, wow.
could there be rain coming?
An early call for inters. That's a really, really early call. I mean, it has to be
Yeah.
coming pretty soon, like within this lap
Yep.
to go on that
Yeah,
early, right?
and I haven't seen any drops, but I'm assuming he knows, which would be absolutely terrible for Process, who gave up his extremely large lead
Right.
to come
Now-
in for hards, and if it's gonna be going wet, then
Yeah, Process now into 9th. Papa Outs in 20th. So maybe that was the play that these guys are doing. They're trying to go as long as possible until the rain comes.
till the rain comes. That's it. I think. Oh, I thought I saw drops. I don't. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't. Hold on. Let me go to TV pod view. Oh, there is rain. There are drops coming.
Oh my
I
gosh.
see him on Tap Outs'. I see him on Tap Outs' screen.
Oh no. So they're starting, the drops are coming in Sector 3. Oh, the leaders are going to be happy about this process. Probably not so much. He made a questionable call to go in and pit. He probably didn't have to go. He had pretty good pace. It looked like he was still 3 seconds up on everyone.
Yeah.
NCAF really making it coming up really close on Jay Websey. These guys, this pack of 4 choosing to stay in. Only one, Benzo Slice, looks like he's going to go in for inters here.
This is gonna turn the race completely on its head. And you know what? Thinking about it, oh man, it's getting slippery out there. Drunkinshamrock almost went around.
There it is.
Oh, who was that? That was Process. Process has a wing. Lost.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
And it just gets worse for him. And the raindrops are coming in Sector 1 now as well.
Looks like we are fully,
Oh.
not fully rain. Oh boy. Man, these guys are close.
Jay Websey going a little bit wide, going a little bit all over the track here, trying to figure out where he needs to brake, where the grip's gonna be. There's no puddles forming, but you're sliding a little bit.
No. Let's see. I think I have Ducati somewhere.
Normbash
I don't.
coming
yeah, I
in
do.
close.
There we go.
On Drunkinshamrock. Taking a peek up on the
Got Ducati.
inside. Drunkinshamrock fakes going into the pits. He's going to stay out. It looks like dries are still the call for him. And the DRS flap is still enabled. So the FIA is still like it's not that wet just yet. Drunken does go pretty deep, almost misses his braking point. Ducati
goes.
Oh no, that's EPIK WINZ.
Yep, Epic has no ERS to defend. Drunken has just a little bit more.
Whew. EPIK is battling. Some
These
of
two
these.
Ferraris and Drunkinshamrock are throwing each other to the wind here. This is quite a battle, but it's letting, if you notice, it's letting NCAF and Jay Websey, just sneak away a little bit.
Right,
They're both clear now. They're both out of DRS range, and that whole pack, all 5 of those guys were, you could throw a blanket over a couple laps ago. DRS has now been disabled.
Okay, so now might be the call to go into the pits.
Yep.
Let's see what the strategies are for these teams.
I'm assuming Jordan's got to come in. 22-lap-old medium. Yep, and he just dips in right there. He had.
Great call
those
from him.
Those mediums. Who is that?
Is that process?
It is again.
Oh my
Came out on
gosh.
mediums. Came out on mediums. I think the call was to go to the inters. Wiffles has been on the inters for a few laps, but
Right.
got another yellow. Someone spun at pit entry.
Oh, and we have a safety car.
It's
What?
Normbash. It's Normbash. He's stuck. He's trapped in the wall. He looks like he is trapped in the wall.
Oh.
Or he beached him. I think he may be beached.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Oh, Pap Outs with a drive-through.
Oh my gosh!
It's all falling apart.
What is-
all falling apart?
What is going on here?
Oh my lord.
Everyone's going on to inters, Papa
Yep.
outs, Punju and NCAF, and EPIK WINZ really got lucky with this safety car.
Yep. Because
Won't lose too
the
many
leader
positions.
hasn't taken. Papouts hasn't even taken the safety car yet, so everyone's still going to be under Delta. So with everyone pitting, it should stay as is, as long as they can make it around to the pits and don't,
Gosh.
completely spin.
Punju in the lead for the win, essentially. And it is really raining really hard.
Yeah. Look at the pit lane is easily soaked.
Yeah,
right now.
there are
That is
some
crazy.
puddles forming now. We saw the rain coming maybe for 2 or 3 laps, and now it is finally here. We're gonna have. Looks like we're gonna finish in the rain on these inters with probably about 6 racing or 7 or 8 racing laps to go.
Yep. Yeah, because it's gonna definitely take a while for everyone to get sorted and figured out, and
Yeah, so let's see. EPIK WINZ, our drivers' championship leader, pitting for inters, came into the pits in 4th, coming out. It looks like Jay Websey and his teammate are gonna sneak past him.
Yep. Just barely. But
Okay.
And now, maybe, I was thinking you saw some of the guys like Drunkinshamrock. We were talking about him being P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Maybe he had a wet setup on, knowing that the rain was coming, so he was a little slower in qualifying, but he could be quicker here at the end.
Right?
We could see some drivers with, that put some wet setups on in qualifying, and they were a little slower there, but they'll be quicker now.
It'll be interesting to see who, if anyone, adjusted their setups for the wet conditions.
Mm-hmm. Because this game is so finicky too. You just never know how long the rain is going to be here for. How, are you going to get 2 laps of it? Are you going to get like 10 laps of it? You just don't know. So you don't know what other drivers are thinking when, you get into it.
Right.
Unfortunate for Papouts getting that drive-through. That is for sure in the lead.
Yeah, he's gonna have the tough decision of when to call and make the call to go in to serve that drive-through penalty. It'd probably be best to go in right away as soon as he can. Especially with the wet conditions, you don't know what can happen. Turn 1's usually can get a little greasy sometimes, especially with the camber changes, just like ever so slightly, right when that DRS detection, where you can open up your DRS flap, just a little bit of a bump that you could catch yourself out on. So I think Papa Outs might be able to score some points here today, but he's going to need a little bit of help from this weather.
Yep. Yeah, I think it can cause quite a mess. I would say we can definitely see the rain causing issues for a lot of the drivers, and his drive-through, will come out probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
10, 12, maybe 15 seconds behind because it's the wet. So, I mean, if he gets a couple spins, we've seen a bunch of spins in the dry today.
Right.
Quite a few in the wet as well.
And I see a few folks talking about a reset to track. Was that Normbash? I think
I think that was Normbash.
Right?
I think that was Normbash. I mean, I had the camera on him, so I believe that was him. I think
he was the beached car, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I believe that will be
the DSQ.
A DSQ. That will be a race DSQ for Normbash.
Okay.
Because even if you are beached, if you do reset to track, you're supposed to go retire into the pits.
Yes, and here we go. All right.
Man, that was fast.
Safety car is coming in. We're gonna have 9 racing laps, 8 racing laps.
Let's see what the start everyone gets here is.
Papa Outs gets a huge start. We jump on late with him, but he's jumping up to a huge lead. He could use every little bit.
Yep, I think so, and I think Punju was in the same token as like knowing he didn't need to. Oh, we got a spin already back there somewhere.
Looks like green, so everything's clean now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I just noticed, unfortunately for Process, goes from leading the race to being a lap down because he is the third car in line behind Punju right now, getting blue flags. It's just
my gosh.
Unfortunate
And he gets
for him.
a 5-second penalty for ignoring those blue flags.
Yep. That is very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I'm sure Jordan's itching to get around him. We have yellows in sector, and I think that's him. He's just pulled off to the side. Oh, and it's a safety car.
Did he crash? We're gonna.
He did.
See. He did. He crashed.
He broke his suspension.
Yeah.
The whole left front is just disconnected.
Maybe he. I don't know. I didn't see what happened. I thought he was just pulling over to.
Oh wow.
You know, this once again. This is gonna mess up Pap Outs because he needs to do a drive-through.
Oh no, and it's just getting later. Yeah.
And it's just getting later and later and later.
He's gonna get caught out even worse by this.
Yep.
And you expect
because I don't know. I don't know what I expect. Oh, Drunkinshamrock is into the pits.
I would expect. Yeah.
Are we going wets? Are we going to wets? What are we doing?
Let's see. He's going to softs.
What is going on? I'm all confused.
That's gonna be interesting to see. You don't expect that.
Is the rain going to be stopping? It doesn't look like it's stopping. Yeah. It looks very wet out there. I don't think these are going to last. These are.
We'll have to wait and see.
I think that may have been a mistake. Oh God.
Well, I would assume
he's losing time. He's losing time to the safety car right now on these tires. So they're definitely. I definitely think that was a mistake.
Not the call right now, and Jay Webster's being held up by him too.
Yep. I think I'm a little time.
Okay.
He's definitely going to be coming in.
Right.
He's definitely going to be coming in. This next lap.
Yeah, I would assume these guys are going to try to keep it as clean as possible with the wet track now.
Yep.
It does look like the rain might be lightening up a little bit.
A little, but I mean, I don't think it's definitely not enough for softs. It's not. Not yet.
There's no dry racing line yet. That's for sure.
He is. I mean, Drunkinshamrock is now catching at least. But I'm assuming we're going to see him hop in here again. And yeah. He almost missed it. He almost didn't make it into pit entry there. So we'll see him put on the inters. We'll see him put on the inters and catch up again all the way around.
He was testing things out. He was wanting to see how things were feeling.
Not a bad decision. You know, and that's another lap for Pap Outs sitting out there, you know.
Let's quickly go back to the standings for Tier 3 here. And as you'll notice, our man who's essentially sitting in a provisional pole, Punju, he's currently sitting in 6th place with 12 points, it looks like. So, you know, he could use the 25-point boost. That would definitely push him up quite a few positions. I think maybe into 2nd, depending on where Drunkinshamrock ends up, if he can sneak into a couple points positions too, because there's going to be around 5 racing laps to go if he rejoins this group soon enough, which I think he might.
I think he will. I think he'll get there in time. He's going to have, I mean, significantly fresher, but they are fresher tires than everyone else. And you're going to have Pap outs with, he's got a time penalty. Ducati's got a 5 second. Wiffle has a 3 second. So if Shamrock can, you know, get a couple positions on track, he could find himself, you know, in the bottom of the points here.
And Tolby's funning around, it looks like. A few guys have bunched up. Papa Outs is gone.
Yeah. Yep.
Anju kind of caught out as well, but still getting a pretty good lead himself on the man in third behind him. I'm Jordan.
Looks like it was Norm Bash pulling into the pits to retire.
Toby gets another 5 second penalty. That's gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what happened. Jay Websy DNF as well.
Yeah, he went into the pits. Yeah.
Oh, Shamrock unfortunately got stuck behind all of those guys, and now has to 5 seconds to catch up. But he is now in 12th. He is now in 12th. So
it's gonna be a tough sledding for him the rest of the way.
Tough sledding for him, but you're gonna have Pap outs with a drive-through here, and no one really. Pretty clean race as far as time penalties go, though. And those couple 5 seconds. But I think Toby, that was another passing, because Normbash was pulling over to try and let everyone go, I think. So Toby passed him and got another ignoring yellow flag 5 second. So.
Well, let's see when Papa Outs chooses to go in to the pits and serve this drive-through. And we'll see where he comes out.
Gotta be this lap, I would assume.
Yeah, I expect he'll probably come. Okay.
No, not this lap.
He's got one more lap to come in, so it has to be next lap.
Yep. Trying to give himself as much room, you know,
sitting
in
on
front
board
of Punju as he can.
Yeah, and we're sitting now with our Drivers' Championship leader currently, EPIK WINZ, sitting in 7th. He'll be happy with that right now. See if he can sneak up any closer to NCAF and secure any more points for himself, as NCAF is losing a little bit more time to Ducati, who has a 5 second penalty, but he will be now noting that he's going to be EPIK WINZ. NCAF will be moving up a few positions, as well as Scruffy, maybe even all the way down to Chosen Tolby, depending on how they keep this thing.
Ducati just got a 3. Oh, so he's Ducati. If everyone stays this close, there's only 4 laps left. If stays this close, I mean, he could find himself way down there.
Yeah.
Almost in 10th. You know, almost in 10th place. Pretty close. So.
I mean, Drunken, he's in free air right now. I know he's just floating around that like 5 seconds, 4.8 second range, but if he can really reel it in these next 2 or 3 laps or so, he can maybe even squeeze up ahead of Ducati as well.
Yep. Yeah. See. Oh, and Papout stays out again. So maybe he has one more lap?
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, because it started on lap 30. So this is the lap he must serve it. So he waited for the very last lap possible, which is probably the way to go under the wet conditions.
Yep. Only thing that would have hurt him there would have been another safety car, which, you know, I think the rain kind of spaces everyone out.
Yeah. And I feel like he might be coming out just in front of Drunkinshamrock.
Also, everyone says, take the standings down off this.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking about the race, and we still have the standings up.
Come on, guys.
We're here. We're fine. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It's because of my great co-host that we got that change in. I want y'all to know that, though. Because my dumbass probably would have kept it up for the rest of the race.
Well, at least we got it fixed for the last 3 laps.
We were doing really good commentary here, so come on. We had it all for you guys.
You guys knew exactly what was happening. There's nothing wrong. What was happening? You just couldn't see it, that's all.
So here's Papa Outs going into the pits, and Punju now taking the lead of the race officially. Jordan Going up into second. Let's see where Papa Outs does come out.
It's gonna be really close.
It is
He's gonna
miserable.
join right. Yep, he is gonna join right in between Shamrock and the end of the pack, I believe. Oh, Shamrock may even get him with the speed down the straight.
It looks like he is.
Oh man, that is tough. As
That
tough
is-
as two drivers we've seen process.
And
was
Drunken
leading
is
for a
up into the
long time.
points positions with the guys of penalties up ahead of him.
Yep, as long as he's got, he needs. Yeah, it's gonna be really tight. But like I said, I think Toby's may get removed. So, as long as he finishes within 3 seconds, he could find himself right up there.
Anytime, Skelly. EPIK Wins in 6th place. Going a little wide. Trying to get back on track. It does so. Collects himself. Looks like he's putting it together pretty well here. Right behind NCAF. In the Alfa Romeo. In 5th place. Yeah.
Looks like everyone's kind of settled down here. You know,
Right.
now with 2 laps left, everyone's just trying to make it to the end, not pushing too hard. Good race from Benzo Slice here, who finds himself well into the points. Scruffy may be having a look here at him at some point.
Both their ERS lights are
Ooh.
blinking. Doesn't take a chance at all.
A little wide from Benzo though. Scruffy, yep, Scruffy's gonna take that one. Benzo just went in a little too deep. Oh, and Dutchman grabs a 3 second. Oh no,
man.
that puts NCAF, I believe, into or really close
To the podium positions.
the podiums.
Right.
Oh,
He's got to
boy.
keep it close. He's got a lap
Yep.
and a half to go, essentially,
Yep.
to try to stick it out into 3rd.
Man, that is close.
Whiffles getting pretty close to Tolby now, too.
Yep.
And Drunkinshamrock has done enough to secure 9th position right now as well.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, yeah, Drunken's been putting in some pretty quick laps. I mean, he's been pushing pretty hard, trying to catch up. I mean, he still has a bunch of ERS too. Still got 43%, so I would assume we'll see that dumped, you know, rest of the way here.
Bunju looking really comfortable, already pushing to 5.5 seconds.
Yeah.
His final lap.
Yeah. Yeah. Punju here just needs to keep it smooth, right? That's it. Right now, don't push, don't, you know, I wouldn't even be using ERS if I were him. I mean, you accidentally leave it on for a corner and then you hit the gas. Oh, and there goes Shamrock. Pushing a little too hard. Pushing a little too hard. Trying to get there. Can't blame him. Trying to get some points, but, you know.
Bound to happen in the wet sometimes.
Yeah. Absolutely. But, yeah. Punju's still. Oh, and Toby gets a 3.
Oh, wow.
Toby gets a 3. So now Papouts, who's just passed Drunken Shamrock, if he puts in a good last couple sectors,
He could do some good for himself there.
yeah, he could get into the points as well. But I think we're
Punju.
gonna have Punju
Yeah.
just coasting his way.
And the rain
to
is
a
gone,
smooth-
too.
Yeah. Rain is now gone. And here he is.
Punju
Coming out of
coming
the final
around.
corner.
Gonna cross the line in 1st place, securing his first win of the season in MRL Tier 3, Season 7, here at Hungary.
Oh, NCAP spins.
Oh, no.
He spun in the final corner. Oh, no.
Oh, and he takes out his
Teammate. What is going on?
teammate.
What is going on at Alfa Romeo?
Oh my gosh, and as we mentioned, that EPIK Wins does sneak into the podium positions. Jordan into 2nd. Dutchman with the penalties going down into 4th.
Papouts up to 8th after having to serve the drive-through. Ends up with pretty solid points there.
Oh my, what an interesting race.
What a day.
You know,
NCAF had the podium in his grasp and spun on the final corner, pushing a little too hard.
that was interesting. It made for a very fun finish, I would say.
Yes.
See, I wonder if there's anyone try to get into
I mean, we can get
Punju. Let's get our man Punju.
Punju, right?
Yeah.
Right? He's...
All right, so I tagged him for an interview. See if Jordan is down as well, who came away in second.
And look at EPIK WINZ. After all the things that went wrong for him today, ends up P3 still on the podium.
That's amazing. That's going to be huge for him in the Drivers' Championship after getting taken out in the first corner of the lap 1.
Yep.
I want to ask him about that too. Let's see if we can get him in here again today. Okay, let's. Dutchman sitting in the interview room. So Epic's sitting in the interview room. We're going to bring him in first.
All right.
Let's go ahead and do this. Oh. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. EPIK WINZ. How are you doing, my man?
You know, I feel like I've been hunted as a lion. I've been shot in the leg, and I was injured throughout that race. Just limping. But you know what lions do best. They continue to rally, and I think I'll take a P3. I don't know what happened between me and who was it, NCAF at the end there. Hopefully, you guys got a better view of that. But I feel terrible.
So
I did
that's
not.
what happened, and that's how.
We didn't know if NCAF had, because we were watching Punju cross the line, so we didn't know if NCAF had just spun or
No,
what happened.
I mean, nonetheless, a hell of a recovery drive from you after getting spun out on turn 1, lap 1 by your own teammate. Nonetheless, how are you feeling after that? Did you have any strong words for your teammate? Were you guys in a chat together at all?
So I actually didn't know up until this point really that it was my teammate. So actually it was just a strategy call. I wanted to start at the back, avoid the chaos. So I'm really glad we executed that strategy on turn 1. Really big thanks to Ducati there.
Yeah, that's I didn't know that's exactly how you guys had things planned out, but nonetheless, it looks like you're coming away with P3 provisionally, and I believe that's going to be good enough for you to keep first place in Tier 3. So congratulations, nonetheless.
Yeah, emphasis on provisionally. Thanks a lot, boys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, and let's get our race winner Punju in here. Congratulations on your first Tier 3 win, Punju. How you feeling? What were you thinking that whole race, kind of sitting right behind the leaders, and then as soon as you saw that drive-through penalty come through?
I am feeling like 500 billion bucks right now. I'm feeling so good. I just did not believe that the luck was going to go out that well. Like, that was nothing but the best of luck. I will say I put myself in a position to get lucky. Pat gave me a really good strat call. He's like, hey, run the hards to the start. See if you can stretch him to the rain. And I said, you know what? I think I can do that. Let's just see if we get lucky and get the rain. And I think I was in like 50-some% when the rain came out, which is perfect.
Yep.
I knew the medium. Yeah. I was like, just outlast the mediums, and then get me on the hards. And all the freaking medium guys are gonna have to pit just before the rain comes out, and it happened.
Yep, that's exactly what happened in process. He was leading the race forever, had to pit because his mediums died, and then that was unfortunately the end of his day.
Yep. So it was one of those things where I think I put myself in a position to get lucky. And I'll freaking take it, dude. I'm stoked. I will say also, great racing from the other two podium sitters. Jordan was flying. He had me kind of stressing for a little bit, and I don't even know how EPIK came back and got a podium, but that's unreal. So that shows you that
we know how. We gotta know how that happened. We'll let the stewards take a look at that.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
NCAF. Apparently, we didn't see it, but he to us, and he tapped NCAF at the end and spun him and made him lose podium.
Yeah. I heard that both the Alfa Romeos end up collecting each other at the very end. They end up going from both in the points to both out of the points.
Yes.
Brutal. That's brutal.
Which is why I'm never
brutal.
going to commentate on Tier 3 again, because don't make it to the end.
Yeah, that's brutal, isn't it? Oh man, dude, I'm so happy though. Like that was just pure luck, honestly. Like luck that worked out really well, and it was all strategy. Like my pace was not necessarily there to win. There was 3 guys that were significantly faster than me. I also was running a higher downforce setup than I bet you anybody else. But that's why the rain, I was a second lap faster almost.
Right.
That's what we brought up too, because
so
there's a bunch of stuff going on. So
it worked out.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
nice first win of the season. We're expecting to see a few more of those from our media friend here. Man.
And also, I do want to say to EPIK, be wary, sir, because you did a drive-by raid on me today to try to talk some shit, and look what happened. So be wary. Be wary.
Ooh, we got some shenanigans going on. Well, again, we love to see it. Congratulations again on the win, Panju,
and that's back-to-back wins for McLaren, Tier 4, Tier 3.
Oh, that's right. Huge wins.
Tringo,
Echo Alex.
Yes,
Yeah, big points for McLaren this week. Looking like Ferrari last week. Okay.
It's not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Okay, well, Rage Quit has got Tier 2 action for you all. Punju is going to have the Tier 1, taking that action for us to finish it off. Oh, wait, we also got no assists after that if you're up late and
I'll be driving.
Still itching for more action. So, but nonetheless, again, thank you, Punju, for joining us for this interview. Jim, you have any final words for sign off?
That was a very, very entertaining race, if you ask me. Ended with a wild exploding crash, and I mean, what more could you ask for, right?
Yeah, as long as the safety car doesn't break the game, I think we're happy with that.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. As long as there are safety cars, as far as and they work properly.
All right.
A lot to ask of this game lately, but
let me
someone's gotta do it.
Go ahead and transition this stream over to ending and tag or throw in the link for Tier 2 wall. But nonetheless, thank you all for joining Tier 3. The action was great. Love having you.
Alright, welcome to round 2 of the MRL No Assist Championship. I'm your host, Mog Mage, and joining me is Pat.
Hello.
And this track is showing off the track map over 5 kilometers long, 2 DRS zones, so there's plenty of opportunity for overtaking, but the amount of curves in sectors 1 and 3 can also make a vast difference. You definitely want a good balanced setup in order to make sure that your car remains stable. And of course, just getting a nice view of the track. I mean, you can see, especially in Sector 3, how proudly American this circuit is, and I kind of love it. And of course, the overview of the stadium section is going to be an exciting qualifying. Unfortunately, the preview is a little inaccurate, as the clouds are much more gloomy in comparison. Immediately to turn 1, Peter is going to find himself in the lead. Yellow Snowman, though, got a brilliant start, but it looks like the Alfa Romeo's got a little bit held up there. Chili Willie is now going to try and pass his teammate going into turn 3, I think. Yeah, turn 3. already off to a very hectic start. Yellow Snowman, though, he's on the soft tires. Just a bit of a gamble, but he's trying to maximize it as much as he can. Unfortunately, though, he hasn't gained any spots. For a moment, it seemed like he did, but now he's back down in 4th. Meanwhile, looks like Molly Dragon has got past Ben's own slice and up into 13th place. Braver getting past Kicks My Axe, using the soft tires to his advantage. Moo Iron's getting ahead of Bugatti, and JJ is already up to P10. Absolutely incredible! And now he's about to be P9 as he's going to overtake Sako going into the end of the back straight. Is he going to try and send it on Normbach? I don't think he will. He definitely considered it there for a moment.
Oh, Lord. Also, Chili's winning by 1.5 seconds, and it's only lap 1.
Yes, he is on the medium tires, his teammate on the hards, but I would say this places the team's hands overall, because, I mean, one of these strategies is correct. We'll see which one turns out to be right. Drunkinshamrock is going to try to make a move on the outside. Peter going deep on the inside to try and cover it. Drunkinshamrock, though, it's going to switch back, and he's going to immediately make his way into 2nd place. A brilliant move. It looks like that hard tire isn't panning out too well for Peter at the moment. It's now under pressure from Yellow Snowman. You can see he's watching, waiting for an opportunity, and he's definitely going to send it to the next corner. Going on the inside, can the Ferrari get ahead? Braking even later than him. Oh, Peter tried to keep around the outside, and I think it may have just paid off. Looks like he got a bit of better traction on the exit, but all of this is allowing Whipples to now join in on the action, making his way in between the 2 Ferrari powered cars. Can he get ahead of both, potentially? Is he going to send it? No, he's going to back out. Wise move.
A bit of lockup from Snowman, and it's going to leave Whiffles with a great opportunity.
And he's going around the outside now. Can he complete the move? It's going to be incredibly close between the 2, but I think Whipples might have it. Peter is going to have an advantage. They almost come together. What incredible racing we're witnessing right now. Whipples, though, unfortunately has to relinquish. Never mind, Peter just completely spun out. Oh! And that is Peter out of the race. Who collided with him?
I think it was Moldy Dragon. I think that's going to be a safety car. It's a VSC.
That's so unfortunate for Moldy Dragon. He had a pretty solid start, but I think he may have suffered some damage. We may not see it, but he could very well have front wing damage.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Unfortunately, EPIK WINZ is going to have a problem to deal with, and his name is Anthony Jenkins, already on the heels. J-Jo just behind, trying to overtake his teammate. J-Jo is having a brilliant run right now. Absolutely incredible.
Keep going, J-Jo. You're invincible. They can't get you.
I mean, he certainly thinks he is, as he's about to challenge his teammate for P6. Make that P5, as he's going to go on the inside of EPIK WINZ. Unfortunately, he wasn't close enough. Still, wow. That was incredibly brave of him. But, well, there is a fine line between bravery and foolishness. And, well, that was very close to going over that line.
He had terrible luck earlier today. He was on pole in T2 and got turned at T1.
Yeah, speaking of turn, looks like Moo Iron's got himself turned around, going through the exact same turn that Peter did.
Except Bugatti.
Oh, this Moldy Dragon. He's going
no,
real
it's
close
Axe.
with Bugatti.
It's Axe. Axe went off.
Bugatti. Moldy Dragon is going to put himself ahead of the Alpine and up into 13th place. Unfortunately, though, the next car is a little under 9 seconds ahead of him, so he's got quite a bit of a gap to make up.
Yeah.
Wait,
oh,
something's
EPIK
happening.
WINZ!
EPIK WINZ! Oh, that is not an epic win for EPIK WINZ. He's completely lost at the exact same corner as Peter. We've seen multiple spins here, and I'm afraid that won't be the last.
Oh, J-Jo must have, because he caught right back up, and we have a crash. Nornbash.
Oh, the Thornbash going wide, and doesn't look like he has any damage. No, his car is still relatively intact. It is, unless, of course, he got underfloor damage, which could very well be possible. Meanwhile, we have J-Jo gaining on Anthony. Is he going to find a way past? Yes, he will. He's going to be able to make his way back up into 5th and start hunting after Whipples. Bugatti losing a position to the lawn. We already see multiple drivers with penalties. And I think most of it has to do with, looks like corner cutting and track limits for Balam. Stocko has retired from the session, and I think he's done
In
so
the
in the
pits?
pits. Yep. So that's going to be no safety car or anything of that matter. But
No, it'll be a red flag. What you mean?
oh, it's Molly
No.
Dragon spinning out, and that's unfortunate. It's a lot of time lost. Meanwhile, Balam is going to try and make it back. Meanwhile, the two Mercedes are continuing to duke it out. JJ remaining ahead while trying to gain on Whipples, but him having to fight his teammates holding him back. But looks like Anthony James is another battle to deal with. Gary is trying to send it on the Mercedes and find a way through. And now, because of all this battling, Benzo is also joining up behind. You can see Gary really starting to gain on the two Mercedes now. J-Jo having a little bit of a moment going off the track. We have three drivers going 3 wide into the next turn. They take each other out. All three are out of the race.
That's gonna be a safety car.
What just happened there?
They are in the wall. That is a full safety car. They are fully in the wall as I'm looking at Anthony's.
Is miraculously still intact, but I guarantee he has severe damage. What happened there?
I have no idea. But I mean, this is saving everyone in the back, especially if your name is Kiss My Axe. You're 22 seconds off the car ahead.
Yeah, what I think may have happened was the Mercedes that was on the left thought only the Haas was next to him and not his teammate. And so turned right, and all three of them just ended up colliding going to the wall. Bugatti gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Well, you forgot to check your... Oh, wait, they're pitting. They're pitting up front.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. Now, the same can't be said for Molly Dragon, and he's right alongside Freebird, now putting himself ahead of the Red Bull up into 9th place. At least with think that, because Freebird is still in on this fight.